There are men in your life right now, same age as you, same background, maybe even less intelligent than you, and people hang on their every word. They walk into a room and something shifts. You walk in and nothing changes. Today, I'm going to tell you exactly why, and more importantly, I'm going to tell you how to fix it. Problem agitation. I want you to think about a moment, and I know you have one, where you said something in a group and nobody responded. And then, maybe 2 minutes later, someone else said the exact same thing, and the whole room turned to listen. That moment right there, that's not about what you said. That's about who they think you are before you say anything. Or maybe you've been in a meeting or a conversation where you had the idea. You knew you had the idea, and you either didn't say it or you said it and it went nowhere, and someone else ran with it later and got the credit. Maybe you've walked into a room full of people and felt completely invisible, present but not felt, not noticed, not considered. And the most painful part is this: you can't explain why, because it is not like you did anything wrong, you just didn't do enough right. Here is the truth that nobody tells you. People have already decided how seriously to take you before you open your mouth. In the first few seconds of meeting you, the way you walk in, the way you stand, the way you look, the energy you carry, people are already forming a verdict. And here is what makes this both the hardest thing and the best thing I'm going to say to you today. Every single one of those things is completely in your control. So let's talk about what's actually going wrong. How you carry yourself physically. Before you have said a single word, your body has already given a full speech. Slouched shoulders, weak posture, eyes that drop when someone holds your gaze, hands that can't stay still. These are not small things. These are signals, and people read them the same way they read words on a page. What does a man who respects himself look like? He stands tall, not stiff. Tall. He holds eye contact without aggression, without nerves. He moves with intention. He is still when he doesn't need to move. That stillness alone communicates something most men spend their whole lives trying to fake with words. Your body has been telling everyone your status before you ever say a word. It's time to tell a different story. How you speak. Not what you say, how you say it. Men who are not taken seriously almost always speak too fast. They rush through their own sentences like they are afraid someone will interrupt them. They end statements like they are questions, like they need your permission to have an opinion. They fill every silence with and like and you know what I mean, because silence makes them uncomfortable. But here's what I want you to understand. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. The man who can pause mid-sentence and not flinch, that man owns the room. Slow down. Drop your tone. Stop asking for approval at the end of every sentence. When you speak, mean it. Every word. The man who speaks slowly and clearly owns the room. The man who rushes through his words is begging the room not to leave. How you present yourself. I'm going to say something that some people don't want to hear. How you look matters. Not your face, not your height, not things you can't change. I'm talking about the things you choose every single day. Your clothes, your grooming, how you smell, whether your hair is maintained, whether your clothes actually fit your body or just exist on it. Here is why this matters. Appearance is the first data point people have about you, and people are wired to make a judgment in milliseconds and then spend the rest of the interaction looking for evidence to confirm that judgment. If you walk in looking like you don't invest in yourself, they assume you don't invest in anything else either. Your ideas, your work, your word. This is not about being rich. This is not about wearing designer clothes. It's about looking like a man who gives a damn about the standard he presents to the world. You don't get a second chance to make a first impression. but you do get to decide what that impression says about you every single day. How you handle your word. This one is quiet, but it destroys more respect than almost anything else. Every time you say you are going to do something and you don't do it, you make a withdrawal from an account called your reputation. And that account does not give you warnings before it hits zero. Being late consistently, saying I will send that over today and sending it 3 days later, committing to something and quietly disappearing. These are not small habits. These are character signals, and people notice. They may not say anything, but they notice, and they adjust how much they trust you, how much they rely on you, how seriously they take you. That guy, the man you are becoming, has a different relationship with his word. He says less and does more. He underpromises and overdelivers. When you commit to something, it gets done. Your word is your reputation, and your reputation is what people say about you when you are not in the room. How you see yourself. This is the one that ties all the others together, and it is the one most men never address because it requires the most honesty. People take you as seriously as you take yourself. If deep down you don't believe you deserve respect, you will leak that belief in the way you stand, in the way you speak, in the way you dress, in the way you follow through. You will sabotage yourself in 100 small ways, and people will pick it up without knowing why. They will just feel it, and they will respond to it. The man who is taken seriously everywhere he goes, has one thing that separates him from everyone else. He has a standard for himself that exists whether anyone is watching or not. He holds himself to something, not because the world is grading him, but because he is grading him. That internal standard is the root of everything we are going to build in this playlist. Fix this and the others start fixing themselves. The fix. So here is what I want you to do. Not tomorrow, not next week, starting from the moment this video ends. For the next 30 days, I want you to operate by one standard. Carry yourself like a man who has already earned respect. Not faking it, not performing it, not pretending to be someone you are not. Just practicing the standard before the world confirms it back to you. Fix your posture today. Slow your speech today. Invest in how you look today. Keep your word today, and most importantly, raise the standard you hold yourself to today. These are not small things. These are the things. And I want to be clear about something because this matters. You are not doing this to impress anyone. You are not doing this to get a reaction. You are not doing this so that people finally notice you. You are doing this because a man who is on the path to his highest self cannot afford to be invisible, cannot afford to be overlooked, cannot afford to walk through life giving people every reason to discount him. The world responds to what you project, so start projecting the man you are becoming. Close and bridge. The man I am going to show you across this playlist, that guy is never invisible. Not because the world gave him something, not because he got lucky, not because he was born different, but because at some point he made a decision, a quiet, serious, permanent decision to become someone the world cannot ignore. That decision starts right now. But before you can fully become him, there is something you need to face first, something most men spend their entire lives running from. That is exactly what the next video is about. Watch it now. It continues where this one ends. We are not done. Keep elevating. Remember the goal. Highest elevation of the self. If this hits you, send it to a man who needs to hear it.